Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Good evening and welcome inside the Fox Valley Ice Arena. I am Bill Downing on athletics.aurora.edu. A major early season matchup here between the number 2 and number 3 teams in the country. Adrian College Bulldogs coming in with the exact same record as the Spartans, 4-0-0 and 2-0-0 in the NCHA. Historically, Adrian has owned this series, 24 wins and 3 losses. Spartans looking to remain hot in the early part of the season. Adrian also. Next weekend we'll have the number 4 ranked team in the country, St. Norbert here. NCHA is loaded, and here come the Spartans. Dumping that one in, Lucas Sedlacek, the senior out of Staten Island, New York. Long stretch pass. There's Summers. Summers on the right wing centers that one. Nice stop by the junior, Matt O'Donnell, out of Waterbury, Connecticut. Now the Spartans in transition. This one's centered, that one right through the blue ice. And we're going to have a whistle right away. And who's going to the box? And it looks like the Bulldogs will go on an early power play. And just like that, the Spartans are on. Another stop by O'Donnell. Spartans on the penalty kill. That one rung around the boards. Jackson Hay, the junior from Kingston, Ontario, causing a little chaos here early on the penalty kill. Two minutes. Lucas Sedlacek for holding. Bulldogs. Top of the slot. They're going to move it back over to the far circle for a quick one-timer. That one was wide by Bradley Summers. And we have another whistle. And it looks like that was a hand pass. .56 seconds left to go in the power play. The face-off came outside the circle. Now the Bulldogs, they would have been offsides again. Here come the Spartans, a man down. This one right over the top of the cage. O'Donnell watched that one sail right over his shoulder. Now the Bulldogs cycling in the neutral zone. Big hit. Delivered by John Hallard, the senior out of Port Monmouth, New Jersey. 14 seconds. That one shot wide of O'Donnell. O'Donnell, the junior, as I mentioned, out of Waterbury, Connecticut. And the first power play will come to an end. Adrian 0 for 1 on the power play. A good penalty kill unit out there for the Spartans, and a dangerous turnover deep in the zone, and there's a broken stick. Loretto tries to circle back. Tried to find Whaley. And that one ends up in the stands as a gift for a fellow patron. Tonight's officials: Dan Brown, Michael Anderson, linesmen Joseph Gazzardi and Connor Diffley. These two teams know each other very, very well. Early season top 3 matchup. That one ends up into the Bulldogs bench area. 16:39 left, no score. Jason Bloomingberg at the helm of the Spartans. Adam Phillips at the helm of the Bulldogs out of Adrian, Michigan. Coming in number 2 in the country, Spartans 3, St. Norbert 4, Trine also in the top 25. NCHA just loaded with talent. Spartans coming off their best season ever. A berth in the Elite 8. Adrian beating the Spartans in the tournament, NCHA, and it looks like we're going to have a penalty this time, and this one's going to go against the Bulldogs. Possibly high sticking, I believe, is the call. Theo Thrun, the junior from Grand Rapids, played at Western Michigan. Them coming off of a national championship last year. First power play for the Spartans. Simon Diaz is at the point. That one rung around and will sneak out of the zone. Jake Code, one of the couple honored in the NCHA for Players of the Week. Very well deserved, Jake. Consummate professional. Spartans trying to cycle down low. Code right there. Code with it, gets it out to Diaz. Diaz, top of the slot, moves it over to the far circle. There's a wrister. Oh, a quick one-timer. That was a great idea, as Chase Schmidt, the junior from Lloydminster, Alberta, was wide open and just missed on the one-timer. Hassan Ackel out there led the country in assists and points last year. Landry Schmuck out there. Right back out in the middle. That one hit a Bulldog on the way in. Here's Ackel. Quick one-timer that time by Giuliano Santalucia, the senior out of Burnaby, British Columbia. Spartans cycle it down low along the far boards. They'll move it to the top. Santalucia just missed Ackel. Ackel will get it back at the far point. Santalucia cycles that one down low. Here's Schmuck. Schmuck tried to backhand that one in there, but stopped nicely by Ryan Pieros. 5 seconds left on the penalty. A high sticking to Trun. Ronayne will take the face-off. Connor Ronayne Jr. out of Plymouth, Michigan. Spartans, power play over. Teams back to even strength. This one out in the middle. Pieros able to deflect that one, and now the Bulldogs try to turn the ice in their favor, and they will have to chip and chase. Here's Broda. He loses the handle. Stick laying on the ice. That one actually picked right back up again. Code, nice move. Keep it in. Good back checking by the Spartans here early on. 13:36 left here in the first. No score between these two heavyweights. They'll be right back at it tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Spartans will play the Bulldogs 4 times this year. They only play St. Norbert twice, and you'll see that next Friday and Saturday night. Summers with it. Summers knocked off the puck after the pass. The Spartans trying to get it out of their zone. Quick move there by Jaden Davis, the freshman out of Montreal, Quebec. Bulldogs stood up at the red line, just shy of center ice. Boy, the Spartans back checking. Here's Ackel. Centers that one, trying to get it close to the blue ice. Looking for a quick one-time tip in. There's Brockman, who has been on fire here early on in the season. Davis, back down low, looking. Oh, Piros with a point-blank stop. Spartans trying to catch the Bulldogs in a change. Here's Schmuck. Schmuck, he entered the mid-slot area and was shouldered off the puck. There's Ackel with a nice shoulder. Puck stays in at the near point. Lipset kept that one alive. Brockman, Piros with another stop, and this is going to be an icing on the Bulldogs. Well, early pressure by the Spartans, forcing the Bulldogs to send it down the ice. They cannot make a change during the icing. Spartans will get some fresh legs out there. Boy, this is a big one right off the bat. Number 2 and number 3. Santa Lucia. Here's Diaz. That one poked away, and this could be trouble. Not before Matt O'Donnell says, not so fast. Ian Amsbaugh that time. And that's something they're going to have to be very careful of. The Spartans turnovers in the zone. 11:33 left to go here in the first. No score. 11-8 in shots in favor of Adrian. 4-2 shots on goal in favor of the Spartans. They've had a couple chances. Each team 0 for 1 on the power play here early on in the first period. So we near the halfway point of the first, and we got another whistle. And this face-off is going to come outside the Adrian zone, right by the AU symbol. Piros and O'Donnell, the goalies. And I would suspect you're going to see a lot of physicality. If not tonight, it will carry over into tomorrow for sure. Another big hit, that time by Broda. Connor Ronayne out there out of Plymouth, Michigan. Very physical player. This one pinned along the near boards. Fighting to get this puck out of there, and it finally squirts out. Swayed that time, not able to keep him in, but he will deliver a shoulder right at the blue line, but that's going to be another icing by the Bulldogs. And this faceoff is going to come all the way back to the right of Ryan Piros, the sophomore out of Howell, Michigan. Played with Utica University. Brock Truman that time on the face-off. This one dumped in. Chasing it down out of Spartans. You see what the Bulldogs are trying to do. Rider many great horses out there, the freshman from Strathmore, Alberta. And this one's going to be an offside on the Bulldogs. Face off right in front of the Spartans bench. 6-5 face-offs won by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs chasing this one down. Anthony Malika, the junior from Jenison, Michigan. Andrew Schultz in the corner for Spartans. This one sent wide of O'Donnell. One-timer there by Lovasek. Oh, Ackle. Oh, that one just missed his stick. Circling back, Brockman, the senior from El Segundo, California. Like I said, he has been on fire to start the season. Saney losing the handle. Here come the Spartans, looking to make it 1-0. And he does! Goal! Aurora University. And just like that, on a breakaway, Lucas Sedlacek makes it 1-0 Spartans. A breakdown in the Bulldogs' defense. Sedlacek cruised in all alone. Went low glove side on Piros, and it's 1-0 Spartans. Lucas Sedlacek with an absolute laser beam. Andrew Schmuck will get the assist. And Jacob Brockman, we were talking about how hot he's been here early on. Lucas Sedlacek, goal at 10:45. And the Spartans draw first blood. As we talked about the upcoming schedule, it's just a gauntlet. Here's Diaz. Ronayne back there, not able to keep it in the zone. Now the Bulldogs looking for the equalizer. Down 1-0. Broda. Peters for the Bulldogs. Lucas Deeb out of Chesterfield, Michigan, following through on his check. Spartans, that's going to be icing, and it's going to come all the way back over by Matt O'Donnell. So the Spartans, as we know, they'll have number 4 St. Norbert in here, and then they'll hit the road for Lawrence on December 5th. For Sedlacek, that is his 3rd goal of the season, along with 4 assists. Brockman, as I mentioned, that's going to be his 2nd assist of the season. And 4th for Schmuck. Spartans out to a 1-0 lead. Looking to make it 2-0. Cycle that one down off the side of the net. But the Spartans are making the most out of their opportunities here early on. 7:14 left. Here come the Spartans again. Piros gave up yet another rebound and left the net unattended on the far side. Here's Santa Lucia. And back out in the middle, O'Donnell. Nice play. Here's O'Hannison. That one slips through. Nobody home. Brockman wide open out front. That was O'Hannison again. Boy, a couple breakdowns each way so far. Big hit to Ackle right in front of the Bulldogs bench. O'Hannison wants a piece of the action. And it looks like we're going to get a couple penalties out of this one. Jacob Brockman will go to the sin bin. Jack O'Hannison, freshman out of Troy, Michigan, will head to the sin bin also. I would say it's going to be offsetting minors probably for roughing, but you can see Jason Blumenberg not happy on a missed call. After winning the Peters Cup last year, like the President's Cup in the NHL, winning the NCHA, beating Eau Claire right here, then SUNY Geneseo in town, and we know what happened there. Spartans looking to get back to top of the heap, and they got a big bullseye on their back, even with Adrian being ranked one spot ahead of them. The champions right now are the Spartans, and they have to be knocked off the top of the heap. Looking at 4-on-4. O'Donnell, another nice kick save on the far post. Clark, they'll circle it down to nobody. Schmuck, ooh, that would have been a breakaway. Andrew Schmuck, the sophomore out of Huntsville, Alabama. Huge breakout season last year for the Spartans. 5:34 left. They'll just drop that one in. Bannister. Here come the Spartans. Drops it in on the far boards. Nice stop there by Piros. 5:12 left. Incidental minors. Brockman and O'Hannison each in for roughing. 48 seconds left on the coincidental minors. Good to be back on the call here for Aurora University hockey action. Couple players tied up all the way back in the Bulldog zone. Summers, oh, good stick that time. You talk about a smart play in the middle, Schultz. And we're going to have another penalty, and the Spartans will go on the power play. One already in the box. Now they're going to add a second. Ian Amsbaugh, the sophomore out of Bottineau, North Dakota. 4-on-3 for 20 seconds. They're on their second power play. Spartans up 1-0. Santa Lucia. Here's Ackle. Score! Hassan Ackle with an absolute missile just north of the far face-off circle, and it's 2-0 Spartans. That did not take long, and the Spartans quickly up 2-0. Wow. Schmuck gets his second assist. Santa Lucia will get his first. For Ackle, that is his fourth goal of the early part of the season. 2-0 Spartans. And another penalty. The Bulldogs will go down another man, and it looks like their captain, Jacob Swade, the junior from Macomb, Michigan, will go to the box. Spartans 1 of 2 on the power play. This will be their third one of the night. Brockman will take the draw. 4:05 left here in the first. 2-0 Spartans. Spartans trying to pinch it in along the boards. That one's going to slip through. Summers. Now Santa Lucia. He'll move it toward the near boards. He'll drop it. Here's Schmuck. Schmuck drops it into the zone. Barros. And the Bulldogs trying to get it out of the zone. They do. Here comes Summers. Down a man. And the Bulldogs. It's going to be a hold on the Spartans, and that will even it up. Well, you had to do that. There was no way. Otherwise, Bradley Summers, the junior from Oakville, Ontario, was going to go unabated to Matt O'Donnell. Landry Schmuck already with 2 assists on the night. He will sit in the sin bin for 2 minutes. So when this is all said and done, 4-on-4, the Bulldogs will have a 35-second power play when this is all said and done. And that would be their second. O'Donnell swats a couple mosquitoes away from the net. There's Hay. Jackson Hay out of Kingston, Ontario. Know his family's checking in. Always good to chit-chat with the Hay family. That one wide. O'Donnell not really worried about that one. That one knocked down. They thought maybe it was a high stick. That could have been a penalty. No call. Jaden Davis on the penalty kill. Spartans with it. Here's Brockman. 4-on-4. Brockman circles back right down front. That was a good quick one-timer to Jaden Davis, the freshman from Montreal, Quebec. Bulldogs down 2-0. 2:20 left here in the first. Jacob circles back. Leaves that one for Amsbaugh. Amsbaugh gains the zone. He's going to move in on O'Donnell. Tries to go stick side low. That one didn't work. Bulldogs hold it in. They got a power play for about another 29. Oh, blocker save. You can hear it right off the blocker of O'Donnell. Bulldogs move in. Hallard with the block. That one makes its way through. 2-0, $1:42 left here in the first. Spartans shorthanded. Sedlacek. Now Lipset. And another penalty kill for the Bulldogs, or for the Spartans, excuse me. Bulldogs now 0 for 2 on the power play. Spartans 1 of 3. 21-17 shots in favor of Adrian, 9-8 shots on goal in favor of the Spartans. Faceoffs won 11-9 in favor of the Bulldogs. 4-3 in penalties in favor of Adrian to this point, but I suspect that's gonna pick up. Penalty minutes 8-6 in favor of the Bulldogs. Ronayne that time. He'll be pushed off of the face-off circle. He'll come right back in. $1:26 left, 2-0 Spartans. Santa Lucia out at the near point. Good, clean. Ronayne with the clean face-off win. Ronayne now behind. Now it's going to squeeze out to the near corner. Santa Lucia swings it over to the far side. That one sneaks through the blue paint. Spartans with some good opportunities here. Kirk comes in and score! The Spartans 3-0. That goal is going to go to Connor Ronayne, the junior from Plymouth, Michigan. And it's 3-0 Spartans, 61 seconds left here in the third. You talk about mashing the gas. That's exactly what the Spartans have done here in the first. Amsbaugh didn't like that one and went right after Ackel. Ackel will now switch. Brockman. Kirk. Santa Lucia with the assists on the Connor Ronayne goal. For Ronayne, that's his second of the season. And the Spartans will take it. Bulldogs down 3-0. Another beautiful save there by O'Donnell. Boy, it reminds me a lot of Eddie Belfour, the way he plays. That's going to be a penalty on the Bulldogs. Landry Schmuck was taken down. 10 seconds left here in the first. And you can see the smack talk severely picking up. Nick O'Hannison will go to the penalty box. The Spartans can score in 10 seconds. Otherwise, this will carry over. And another one's going to go to the box. Oh, Santa Lucia also going for the Spartans. Ben Loretto. Nick O'Hannison in the box. Five on four for the next 10 seconds. And then we will have our first intermission. As these penalties will carry over to the second. Wow, right out of the gate, 3-0 Spartans. Goals by Sedlacek, a power play goal by Ackel. And you just saw Connor Ronayne. There's Hay. There's a shot, and what a wicked shot. Pirro saw that one go right over the shoulder, and that's going to do it for the first. Well, the Spartans have sent a serious message right out of the gate. 3-0 Spartans. First goal came at 10:45. Sedlacek, even strength, assisted by Schmuck and Brockman. About 5 minutes later, power play goal, Hassan Ackel, assisted by Santa Lucia and Schmuck. And then right before the whistle, with 61 seconds left at 18:59, Connor Ronayne, even strength goal, assisted by Kirk and Santa Lucia. 10-10 shots on goal. 23-19 total shots, Bulldogs. Bulldogs 0 for 2 on the power play. Spartans 1 of 4. 6-4 in penalties for the Bulldogs. Faceoffs won 12-10 in favor of Adrian. 5-3 blocks in favor of the Bulldogs. Penalty minutes 12-8 in favor of Adrian. So we'll step aside. The Spartans 3, Adrian Bulldogs nothing. First intermission here at the Fox Valley Ice Arena on a beautiful Friday night, the 14th of November. First period's in the books, 3-0 Spartans. Thank you for joining us here in athletics.aurora.edu. We'll be back with second period action right after this. right, welcome back. Second period about to begin. Thank you for joining us here on athletics@aurora.edu. All Spartans in the first. Goals by Sedlacek and Ronayne, and then a power play goal by Hassan Eckel. Teams will switch sides. Loretto. Ohannesson will be in the box. That's Nick Ohannesson, the junior from Troy, Michigan. Santa Lucia will be in the box for the Spartans to start the second. Summers and Schmidt will take the face-off. Here we go. Second period's underway. 3-0 Spartans. But the Spartans got things going early. Just did not take the foot off the gas. Broda rings it around the boards. All the way to the far side. Clean sheet of ice. Spartans on the power play. This is going to be their fourth. They're 1 of 3 at this point. Here's Schmidt, gains the zone. Drops it off, Broda. Back out to the point. That one not kept in. Amsball comes in. And he scores a shorty. Ian Amsbaugh, sophomore out of North Dakota, makes it 3-1, and that's a shorthanded goal. Second opportunity he's had to do that. Last time he was stuffed, this time got it by O'Donnell. And shorthanded goal for the Bulldogs, makes it 3-1. Spartans still on the power play. 52 seconds left. That one shorthanded, unassisted. There's Schmuck. Looking to drop that one back off, and he found a Bulldog instead. That was Saney. Now the Spartans gotta collect their thoughts. Eckel. But right now the Spartans not clicking well on this power play. Giving up a shorty. Trun loses the handle. Now this moves it over, and it's 2 quick goals. 2 shorties. Just like that. Bannister. Second shorthanded goal, and just like that, it's 3-2. Well, we knew that the Bulldogs were not just going to lay down. They knew that their backs were against the wall, and what a way to start the second, just like the Spartans did in the first. 2 shorthanded goals given up by this power play unit for the Spartans. Spartans looking for another one. If they can get it, that would be huge. That was Condor. That was the shot that was deflected off the stick of Bowman. Now the Bulldogs. That one pinched in, kept in. Kept in at the far point. Nice job that time by Ronayne, who has a goal. This one out in the middle of nowhere. Tefelsky. Now Code loses. Here come the Bulldogs. And just like that, it's 3-3. Wow. Well, that one won't be a shorty, but this one will tie it up just like that. 2 minutes and 29 seconds. They have scored. And it's 3-3. And the Spartans will take a timeout. Amsbaugh. That's his second. He's got a shorty and an even strength goal. Both unassisted. Timeout on the ice. 3-goal lead by the Spartans is gone. It's 3-3. Bulldogs and Spartans. Timeout, Aurora. Well, well, well. Whole new game. Burroughs with the stop. Some pleasantries being divvied out. Spartans look like they've seen a ghost. 2:29. 2 shorties and an even strength. Makes it 3-3. That's all it took for the Bulldogs to get back into this. There's O'Donnell. Nice stop, and you can see a totally different Bulldog team here to start the second. Puck pinned in along the near boards to my right. That one sneaks over into the corner. Spartans trying to get this one out. Sedlacek. He can't. Lovasek that time had a good opportunity. He had a stick lifted at the last second. Piros. Tracked down by Santa Lucia. And there may be, oh, we got a penalty away, and it's going to be on the Bulldogs, I believe. No, it's going to be on the Spartans. Jackson Hay will go to the box. Looks like I saw the slashing call. Third power play coming up for the Bulldogs. They've got 2 shorties and an even strength already here in the second. Summers wins the draw for the Bulldogs. Moved in down low to Felski. That one skips over his stick. Summers moves in, trying to get the hat trick there to Amsbaugh. The shorty and a even strength goal for Ian Amsbaugh. Here's Amsbaugh, now Clark, top of the slot. Amsbaugh switches spots. Summers, cycle that one down low. And O'Donnell with the stop on the shot by Swade. .56. 3 quick goals by the Bulldogs to start the second. Evens this up 3 apiece. Schmidt. Summers loses the draw. Summers circles back for Adrian. Clark now with it. Minute 10 left on the power play. This one sent down range. Spartans, quick change. Here's Clark for the Bulldogs. That one kept in nicely by Jackson Kirk, the junior from Alma, Ontario, who has an assist tonight. 42 seconds left on the third power play for the Bulldogs. They're 0 for 2 at this point. Lipset, Clark. Now the Bulldogs gain the zone at the far point. Quick move, far face-off circle. Back to Clark at the point. He's going to move to the slot. Drops it down. That one right in the low slot area between the far face-off circle and stopped and smothered by O'Donnell. 18 seconds on the power play. Fifth penalty for the Spartans, 6 for the Bulldogs so far. Saney wins the draw. Bulldogs trying to cycle this one. Out front they do. O'Donnell with a big stop with the glove. Ackle gets that one down, and that will be it for the power play. 0 for 3 are the Bulldogs. Schmuck back out front. Ackle. Oh, is that in? Ackle put his stick up with a one-timer. Schmuck found Ackle cycling back right in front of Piros. Piros with a huge save on the one-timer. Ackle looking for his second. It's 3-3, 14-22. Brockman back out front. Brockman gets another opportunity. That puck's still loose, finds the far corner. Brockman gets hit from behind. That one goes right through the blue ice. There's going to be a penalty. And unfortunately, it's going to be against. Well, maybe there's another body right in front of the Spartans. That's Ackle down. And who's going where? So it looks like Brockman's going to go. Lucas Deeb will also go as the physicality picking up. 13:49 left. 3-3. Now as they sort all this out, face-off will be to the left of Matt O'Donnell. Summers and Schmidt taking the face-off. Both penalties for roughing. One's for roughing, excuse me, for Adrian, and elbowing for the Spartans. Deep for roughing, elbowing for Brockman. Here come the Spartans. Schmidt. Oh, that one right behind Piros through the blue ice. Here's Diaz. The Spartans will cycle back. Amsbaugh trying to cause as much chaos as possible. Here's Ackle. Ackle waiting for a teammate. Nice scoop. Oh, to Diaz. What a backhanded pass. What great vision by Ackle. Found Diaz crashing right through the slot area. Boy, back and forth action. 12:40 left. Gloves, sticks flying everywhere. Schmuck, Ackle, O'Donnell, the glove safe. Swade, Jacob Swade, the junior from Macomb, Michigan, with the shot. Spartans. Hay loses his stick. He's got to defend without the stick, and we have a whistle. Hay will make his way back over to the bench. Get a quick breather. Andrew Schultz. He'll join him, a sophomore from Dexter, Michigan. 3-3, 11:56 left here in the second. 3 goals for the Spartans in the first. 3 goals for the Bulldogs to start the second. Here come the Spartans. It's Brockman. Brockman gains his own along the far boards. Has it at the face-off circle. That one lost and picked up by Tefelsky. Jack O'Hannison. As I mentioned, bodies flying everywhere. These officials having to be on top of their game here tonight, the physicality between these guys. I mean, you talk about early season. Each team 4-0 overall and 2-0 in the NCHA. Just goes to show how powerful the NCHA is. Hobart, number 1 team in the country. Followed by Adrian. Oh, big hit delivered by Swade. And that's going to be a penalty. And the Spartans will go right back on the power play. Bulldogs number 2, Spartans number 3, Green Knights number 4. You got Shrine there in the top 25. NCHA powerful, but you got to knock off the Hobarts, the Uticas, the Currys, SUNY Genesios. Swade back into the box. Spartans start their 5th power play. Big shout out to my boss, Mr. Brian Kipley. Santa Lucia. Schmuck, now Ackle. Ackle. That squeezes out of the zone. Bellucci. They'll slow it down in the far corner. And center that one, looking for some type of a rebound. Here's Ackle. Cross ice, Schmuck. Brockman back to Schmuck. Schmuck right behind Piros. And then he's taken down, no call. And it squeaks out of the zone. And here comes Sani. He'll lose the handle, but chew as much time off that clock as possible. And that's a mistake. See if Brockman can track this one down. Spartans able to keep this one in. Good pinch along the near boards. This one will squeak out, and Diaz will track it down for AU. 55 left on the power play. Swade, 2 minutes for boarding. As the physicality picks up, those types of penalties you start to see. The frustration sets in, even though it's 3-3. This one will squeak out of the zone. Bulldogs looking for their third shorty of the night, already 2. And that started off the second period. Here's Schmidt. He's got Kirk back there. Oh, there's another penalty, and that's going to be a cross check. Clear as a bell that time. Saw the numbers, hit him anyways. So it'll be a 5-on-3 for 15 seconds. Jacob will get the 2 minutes cross check, and the Spartans will have a 2-man advantage. Schmidt will take the draw against Patrick Sani. Saney. And this one will squeak out. Diaz circles back. Rhoda, they're going to say he's offside. Looked like to me he had to skate on the blue line. So this faceoff will come outside the zone. A quick 5-on-3 now for the Aurora University Spartans, coming in number 3 in the country, undefeated. Next week, another test. The Green Knights of St. Norbert will be in town Friday, Saturday. And the Spartans, Rhoda will get a penalty. I'm not sure what this is for. Let's see what the call is. I've not seen one yet. Let's see what it's going to be. Well, there goes the 5-on-3. Still trying to figure out what the call is going to be on Chase Broda, the junior from Wellesley, Ontario. Played with the White Court Wolverines of the AJHL. Well, we know Jacob's in the box. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Trying to see why Broda is in the box. They're talking to head coach Jason Blumingberg, and again, he's not happy with some of the officiating tonight. Now Broda, he's being asked to leave the ice surface. So that leads me to believe that that could be a double major, game misconduct, something happened to have Chase Broda out of the box. Oh, we got a 10-minute penalty. Here's Ackle. Spartans looking to capitalize. Santa Lucia back over to Schmuck. A second, that one down low, still loose. That one in the blue paint. Couple swipes by Ackle and Schmuck. O'Donnell, got to be careful. Out of the crease, Santa Lucia. He'll put on the brakes, you'll fly right on by. Santa Lucia, he'll gain the zone. Ryder, many gray horses in there with him. You'll see him right in the slot, number 9. Here's Ackle. Santa Lucia, high slot. Santa Lucia, one-timer. That one redirected right over the top of the cage. Schmuck, they can't get it out. Ackle trying to keep this one in, and this one will squeak out to neutral ice. 40 seconds. Santa Lucia. Malika that time, he is just, him and Vellucci. That one right up Brockman. Brockman looking for a backhander, can't get it. Here's a second opportunity. Piros was down. There's another shot. Piros with a really, really good glove save on a shot by Blake Condor. But the shots are just crazy in the amounts. 36 to 29 right now in favor of the Bulldogs. Penalty over. Spartans 1 of 6 now on their power plays. Kirk, he thought maybe it tipped his stick before it entered the zone. This will be icing. Come all the way back into the Spartan zone. 7:08 left here in the second. It's 3-3. It was 3-0 at the end of one. Spartans, the Bulldogs. 2 minutes, 29 seconds. 2 shorties and an even strength. Tie it up. And the physicality really starting to pick up. Good crowd here tonight at the Fox Valley Ice Arena. And that's going to be another icing on the Spartans. Lysani, 9 shots. Anspaugh with 8 for the Spartans. Code with 4, Schmidt 4, Ackle 4. This one dropped out to neutral ice. Sedlacek drops that one in there. And that one ends up out of play. Well, the tale of 2 different periods. First one owned by the Spartans, second one, their early stages, completely owned by the Bulldogs. Summers and Davis coming together. That one ended up hitting the body of Tefelsky. Clark. Spartans trying to get this one through. A high stick, that time on Hay. No call. Tefelsky loses it. Hay's going to have to come back, and that's going to be an icing. And Hay wants to talk to the official about that high stick that he collected. Over here to my left in the Bulldog zone. Bradley Summers, the junior from Oakville, Ontario. He does a little bit of everything. Brockman, Summers wins the draw. 21 face-offs won now for the Bulldogs. Here's the Spartans. Ooh, swing and a miss on the far face-off circle. That one back down low. Ackle trying to get to it. Ice not in the best of shape. Ackle can't get to it. He keeps that one in. That one sticked aside by Piros. Ackle hit from behind. Another penalty. Delayed call. Not sure why the whistle blew when we touched up and the call was against the Bulldogs. Well, another cross-check penalty. Ben Loretto, the sophomore from Mississauga, Ontario. Spartans' 7th power play. They are 1 of 6 at this point. Brockman has Ackel, Schmuck. See who else is out there. Santa Lucia, here's Ackel. This one cycled down low. Ackel along the near board. Santa Lucia, top of the slot. Here's Ackel. They'll move in even closer to the near faceoff circle. Ackel. Let's see what he does. He'll just switch spots. Santa Lucia. Nice quick pass. Santa Lucia. Near boards. Ackel, top of the slot. He'll switch sides. Now gives it up to Santa Lucia. This one down low, looking for a one-timer. That one off the stick of Rider Many Gray Horses. Here's Ackel again. Santa Lucia, top of the slot, almost loses an edge. Here's Ackel. 1:13 left on the power play. Santa Lucia looking for a clean lane, quick one-timer. That one swing and a miss. Rider Many Gray Horses misses that one. Rider out of Strathmore, Alberta. Oh, swing and a miss. Here's Ackel. Oh, was looking for a one-timer again. That one stick to side. Piros, that one sent down the length of the ice. A good pressure behind the Spartans on the early part of this power play. 36 seconds left on the cross check. To Loretto. Here's Code. Jake Code, the senior from Elmira, Ontario. Big hit. Here's Kirk. Right into the breadbasket. Piros with the stop. 4:08 left here in the third. 14 left on the cross check. Penalty to Loretto. Schmidt has Kirk to his left. There's Kirk. That one went off a skate. And the Bulldogs trying to get a shorty, and that would be their third one. And they'll just chew up the remainder of this power play. Now the Spartans 1 of 7. Couple good opportunities for the Spartans. Trun loses the handle. Here come the Spartans. Bulldogs have the numbers on this one. Sedlacek smartly just leaves it in the corner. Here's Kirk. Just missed a big hit. Malika. Now Saney. Sent down the length of the ice, and this will be icing on the Spartans. Now that one just north of the blue ice. Under 3 minutes left here. Clark drops it down low right behind the cage. Bulldogs try a little wraparound. That one didn't work. Well, that one had to go through a ton of bodies. There's a shot from the slot. That one wide by Clark. Now back out to the slot. Clark gets it right back. That one hit a stick on the way through. I believe that was Schmuck. Brockman. Good back checking by the Spartans. Can't touch that. It would have been offsides. Line change for the Spartans. And we have a whistle. Let's see, are they going to call? They may call too many men on the ice, it looked like. The call. There were a lot of players on the ice for both teams. About 15 seconds ago. Let's see if that's what they're looking at. 2:05 left. It's 3-3. Let's see. Well, whatever it is, I don't think they're going to make a call on this one. Let's see. Talking to Adam Phillips now, the head coach for the Bulldogs. Jason Blumingberg already got his explanation, and he'll get a second one right now. All right, so after all that, nothing is going to be called. 3-3 back underway as we approach 2 minutes left here in the second. 3-3. 3-3, it's 2 versus 3 here tonight and tomorrow. Jacob for the Bulldogs just tries to swipe that one out. That's all he could do. Summers, he'll drop it into the zone. Well, these teams really good on the fly, too, as far as line changes and getting the right personnel in there when they need it. Spartans, that's going to be, wow, that looked like that was way offsides. And a little how do you do that time by Jacob to Diaz. .131 left. Here in the second. From the looks of it, setting up to be a classic third period here at the Fox Valley Ice Arena. By the NCHA just loaded with talent. And you can see the respect. Here's the Spartans. That one, ooh, that one hit. I'm not sure who that hit, and that one went out of bounds. I know the linesman who dropped the puck for the faceoff, he turned around and he's like, where'd that puck go? I don't think anybody knows where that went. Oh, it's up in section 205 somewhere. Someone looking for a souvenir. Swing and a miss that time by Ninehouse. Nienhouse, that's Sedlacek. Sedlacek, backhand. Piros with the stop. Kirk right on the doorstep. Nienhouse still out there for the Bulldogs. Swade, another big hit. This one pinned. 47 seconds. This one in the far corner. That puck finally loose. Bulldogs have it. They'll cycle it down to the far wall. Now Santa Lucia. There's bodies everywhere. Spartans drop it down the length of the ice, but that's going to be icing. 26.5 seconds left. Faceoff will come back into the Spartan zone. Looks like it's going to be to the right of Matt O'Donnell. O'Donnell, 18 saves, 3 goals given up. Save percentage of .857, .850 for Piros. 17 saves on 3 goals. Saney wins the draw. Back out of the point. That one floated high. O'Donnell had to lift up that stick. Wasn't sure where that one was going. 5 seconds. Back out front. That one didn't make it through. Neither did that backhander, and that's going to be your score at the end of 2. Well, for the third, for the third, 50 seconds in, Amsbaugh on the shorthander. First of 2 shorties. Minute 43 later, Bannister, another shorthanded goal, makes it 3-2. And then Amsbaugh with his second goal of the night, even strength, 2:29. So in the span of the puck drop and 2:29, the Bulldogs tied this up 3-3. And that was a far different period than we saw back in the first. Shots on goal, very even. Adrian 21-20. Shots 42-37, Adrian. Spartans 1 of 7 on the power play. Bulldogs 0 for 3. 2 shorthanded goals by the visitors from Adrian, Michigan. 10-7 penalties as far as the penalty minutes go. 22 for the Spartans and 20 for the Bulldogs. 11-9 in blocks in favor of Adrian. Spartans have a 1 face-offs win separation, 26-25 over the Bulldogs. What a second period, and I'm telling you folks, third period's going to be pretty special. Everything pretty much even. We know the score is, and these 2 juggernauts, 2 of the top 3 teams in the country going toe-to-toe here tonight and tomorrow. 3-3 is your score. Second intermission coming up, and then the start of the third here on athletics.aurora.edu. It's 3-3, Aurora and Adrian. Third period is underway. Spartans need a better response than they have in the first two periods. They're going to have to be careful because Adrian has been very strong right out of the gate. Here's Clark. Tracked down by Jackson Kirk. Spartans going left to right here in period number 3. Summers tries to center that one. Finds Bannister. That shot on the riser. That one hit the leg. Looks like of Ronayne. Or make that Kirk, excuse me. Here are the Spartans. Kirk. Oh, dropped. On a big shoulder. Amspaugh had the return on that one. McConnell. Hannison that time. Got to be careful. There's another turnover by the Spartans in their zone. Boy, they need to be careful. Here's Ackel. Has Brockman. Oh, a hit from behind. And that put Hay right into the boards head first. And we have a whistle. Looks like the Bulldogs will go on the power play. Landry Schmuck, the sophomore from Huntsville, Alabama, will go into the box, and the Bulldogs will be on their 4th power play. Summers will take the draw. Again, Schmidt. Summers wins it. There's Clark. Amspaugh already with 2 goals, a shorty and an even strength goal. Here's Amspaugh looking for the hat trick. Swings it over to the far face-off circle. O'Donnell squeezes that one. Swade right in the face of O'Donnell. Santa Lucia not giving Swade much room. Swade wearing the C on the sweater. Junior from Macomb, Michigan. A lot of Canadian and Michigan talent on this team. As far as the Bulldogs, Jennison Howell, Macomb, Adrian Troy, Tecumseh. Here's Amspaugh. Back up to the slots. O'Donnell. Squeezes that one. Swayed again right in the middle of it all. Another Tecumseh, Troy, Chesterfield, White Lake. Here's Code. He'll send this down the length of the ice. Bulldogs will have to go 200. That's 200 feet. 120 left on the power play. And the Spartans again send it down the length of the ice. Boy, really nice crowd here tonight at the Fox Valley Ice Arena, and they are being treated to 2 versus 3. Here's Amspaugh. He'll circle back, finds Clark. Clark. Nice stick blocker side save that time by O'Donnell. Here's Amspaugh. That one hit the skate. Who was that? That was Sedlacek. Kirk without a stick. 25 seconds left on the power play. Each team getting some fresh legs out on the ice. There's Summers right down the seam. Code able to get to it. Oh, they overskate it. That was Schmidt that time, and that one into the netting. 16:45 left. 3-3, 11 seconds on the power play for the Bulldogs. The Spartans come right out like they were shot out of a cannon here. Santa Lucia. Nice chip and chase. Spartans are back to full strength. Schmuck comes out. Look to deliver a big hit. Ackel. Well, Ackel doing what Ackel does, and I tell you, he's like that itch you can't get to because he is all over you, and he will make you make mistakes. That one ends up in the stands. Hassan Ackel, the senior out of Chestermere, Alberta. He is magic. It's almost like he's got eyes in the back of his head. A legit All-American. Such good vision, makes everybody in the ice better. Here's Peters. Peters wins the draw. Hay comes down with it. What are they going to do? Well, they're going to say Hay carried the puck, so they're going to do a face-off again. .16:06 left, 3-3. 3 goals by the Spartans in the first, 3 by the Bulldogs in the second. In a span of 2 minutes and 29 seconds, the Bulldogs erased a 3-0 lead and evened it up 3-3 with 2 shorties and a regular strength goal, an even strength. This one out front, Bellucci. There's another one, another blocker save by O'Donnell. .15:48. This one will squeak out to neutral ice. Bulldogs right back. Here's Peters along the near board. He's trying to get that one to Deeb. Deeb now with it. Back over to the far point. Swing and a miss that time by Nick O'Hannison. Santa Lucia. We got a delayed penalty. And this one touched up, and this one will go against the Bulldogs. Spartans will go on their 8th power play. They're 1 of 7 at this point. Who's going to the box for the Bulldogs? Looks like Lucas Deeb, freshman from Chesterfield, Michigan. Welcome to the jungle, Mr. Deeb. One of the more colorful penalty boxes when you got the student section for the Spartans right there. Always fun to watch, the interaction. Reminds you of the old days when Ty Domi was in the box and people used to razz him. Here's Diaz. Code. That's a nice quick one over to Broda. This one back out Diaz. Diaz, snapper. There's a glove flying all over the ice. Now O'Donnell, he'll come out, gets to Code. Code trying to drop that one in. And the Bulldogs will send this down the length of the ice. Summers. Back checking, here's Diaz. Ackel. He'll ring it around the boards to the far corner. Good hard play that time by Brockman to get to it. Now back out to the point. Santa Lucia. Ackel. They'll cycle it down low, looking for a one-timer. Still loose. And Jacobs takes a swing at one of the Spartans players. Boy, Perosi, talk about a huge stop. Piros out of Howell, Michigan. These guys standing on their heads. Brockman wins the draw. Schmuck trying to get to it. He's tripped up on the way to the puck along the near boards. Here's Santa Lucia to the point. Santa Lucia keeps it alive. Ackle tries to keep this one in. Cannot do so. Santa Lucia wearing the C on his sweater. Schmuck, he'll send this one down range. Piros sends it down the length of the ice to his partner in crime, Mr. O'Donnell, between the two cages. Basically, the only thing we haven't seen today is a goal by the goalies. And we've seen a little bit of everything here today. We've seen power plays, shorthanders, even strength. It's been a good one. Santa Lucia can't get to it. Team's back at full strength. O'Donnell, that one hit Santa Lucia. O'Hannison right at the doorstep. That was Nick O'Hannison. Now the Spartans. Here's Ackle. Can he get to it? Puck on end. Cannot. Piros gets to it first. Here's Amsbaugh. Amsbaugh with a shorty. And an even strength. Now the Spartans look to counter. Code out there with Schultz. Shot up. That was Broda. A high shot on Piros. 12 minutes left. 3-3. And that will be a tripping call. And that looked like that was severely embellished. Looks like Broda's going to go to the box for tripping. Wow. Fifth power play. Stefelski, Clark, Summers, Swade, Amsbaugh on the ice for this power play. Amsbaugh. He tries to draw the double team and has Stefelski. This one's in the slot. There goes a stick flying. That one, the composite didn't break, just flew out of his hand. Well, it did break. There are no two pieces out there. I did not see the second one. O'Donnell pinned to the post. Nice job. This one through the blue ice. Bulldogs trying to take their first lead. Amsbaugh coming in looking for the hat trick. Another blocker. Stick side save, and O'Donnell squeezes the breadbasket. Summers, Sedlacek. Summers wins the draw. Here's Amsbaugh. $1:15 left in the power play. Looking for a redirect down low off the stick of Swade. That one didn't happen. Amsbaugh trapped in the corner. Here's Clark. Back over to the far face-off circle. Now into the mid-slot area. Drops it down just near the goal line. Here's Amsbaugh. Just north of the near face-off circle. Amsbaugh pins it in here at the near point. He's going to move in. And O'Donnell will squeeze that with 41 seconds left on the power play. It's going to turn out to be a really great weekend here after Snowmageddon, depending where you're at with the lake effect snow. I know my kids in Michigan along the west coast, Lake Michigan, they got absolutely pounded with the lake effect snow. Oh, Hannison, they'll cycle that one down. Schmidt trying to get to it, and he can't. Well, the Bulldogs have had really good control here. There's Deeb. 22 seconds on the power play. That one just sneaks through, nobody home, and the Spartans will clear. Couple new sets of fresh legs for the Spartans on the ice. 5 seconds left. Saney. Main house. Spartans back to full strength. Lipset finds Santa Lucia. Santa Lucia gains the zone on the near point. Tries to slip that one down low on Piros. Meanhouse. Got to be careful with him. He's got a good shot. Trying to drop that one down with Swade. Knocked down. That's a high stick. They can't touch it. Troon circles back. This one turned over. And score! A mistake by the Bulldogs, and the Spartans capitalize. A turnover right in front of Piros. And just like that, the Spartans retake the lead 4-3. How about that? A mistake defensively by the Bulldogs, and the Spartans capitalize, make it 4-3 with 9:04 left. That will be an even strength goal. And how about Ryder, Many Gray Horses, the freshman from Strathmore, Alberta. Second one for Ryder. That couldn't be any bigger at this point. Boy, what a shot. Well, you talk about being at the right place at the right time. Jaden Davis able to find Ryder. And then Ryder able to put that in the back of the net behind Piros. Here's the Spartans again looking for another one. Here's Hay. Sends that one wide of the net. That one intentionally, almost like a pass. That one held in nicely at the point by Schultz. Ryder, Many Gray Horses out there, and I tell you, he has been a spark plug here early. Involved in many plays here today. 8 minutes left. Spartans in a battle of top 3 teams, 2 and 3 here tonight and tomorrow. Puck drop at 4 tomorrow, which is setting up to be yet another great game between these two Titans. Hamspaw loses the handle. That would have been offsides. Bannister, he'll circle it back. Now through center ice. Bulldogs trying to get to it. Sedlacek. Little disruption along the far boards. Summers. Been saying his name all night. That one off the back of the netting. There's Bannister. 1 point to the other. That one slipped through. O'Donnell didn't see it. Lipset just trying to get that puck out of the zone. The Bulldogs not giving the Spartans anywhere to. How about that glove save right there? Highway robbery on the one-timer by Bannister. And O'Donnell says, not tonight. 67 shots for the Bulldogs, 44 for the Spartans, 35-25 shots on goal. Make it 69 shots now for the Bulldogs. And their time of possession right now in the zone is huge. Spartans have got to get this one out. Summers wins yet another draw. That's the 32nd time that they've won the faceoff here tonight. Well, you see the speed of the game really starting to pick up. Diaz. Ronayne back. Santalucia, the captain. Pushed right into the boards. Here's Diaz. Simon Diaz, a sophomore from Calgary, Alberta. Home of the Calgary Stampede, the Calgary Flames. By code, I tell you, one mistake. Here's Loretto, and he's off sides. By code was ready to stomp on that puck, too. Jake Code, one of the 3 stars of the week for men's hockey. Trine defeats Dubuque tonight 5-1. Marion at St. Norbert, Lake Forest at Lawrence, CUW at MSOE, and we've got Adrian right here against the Spartans. Here it's 4-3, 5:40 left. Spartans getting a chippy goal on a mistake in the zone by the Bulldogs. And the Spartans were able to capitalize that on a turnover, and they put it right behind Piros. Here's the Spartans again. Turnaround shot. That by Schmuck. Great idea. How about that? No call. Open ice hit, no puck around. Bannister, he'll drop that one in. O'Donnell, he'll squeeze it for a faceoff. 5:07 left. Game 1 of 2 here this weekend at the Fox Valley Ice Arena. 2 versus 3 Bulldogs and Spartans tomorrow again at 4. Ansbaugh, the shorty and an even strength. That one squeezes out. Ansbaugh will just send that one back in. Hallard, been kind of quiet tonight. He's laid a couple big hits. Rock Truman, the senior from Lethbridge, Alberta, out there. That one on a riser right over the crossbar. This one will come back. Bannister will track it down for Adrian. 4:30 left. Will they pull their goalie? You might as well. Schmidt, these are big points. And it's kind of like a stick your chest out moment right here for whoever can get the upper hand in this season series. Diaz, he'll drop that one into the far corner, forcing the Bulldogs to chip and chase. Here's the chip and the chase. Santalucia circles back. Here's Kirk. Right at the red line. Schmidt will drop it in. He's going to go off for a quick change for Aurora. 3:50 and counting here in the third. 4-3 Spartans. Diaz looks back. Trafalski was right there in his face. O'Hannison trying to get it out to Bowman at the near points. That one whistled just wide of the near post. Another one, O'Donnell A lot of obstruction in front of the net. That's what you want. O'Hannison, that one wide right. Like a field goal kicker in the NFL. That one went wide right. Here's Code trying to track it down, the speedster. Now Hay. That one wide of the near post. Schultz. Now Hay back. He's got Broda with him. Hay drops that one in. Pearso able to stick that one aside. Hay goes down, no call. 2:45 and counting. There's Ackel. Ackel back. And it's going to be icing, and the faceoff will come all the way back in the Bulldog zone. Saney will take the draw. Going up against Brockman. 4-3, Spartans win the draw. That one looked like Piros did not see that one cleanly. This one chipped in. Bulldogs getting some fresh legs out there. Ackel was trying to find Schmuck. Schmuck, the speedster. They pulled their goalie and score! Landry Schmuck, as the Bulldogs pulled their goalie for an extra attacker. That makes it 5-3 Spartans. Just as Ryan Piros got to the bench, Schmuck turned on the afterburners, got into the zone and made a very hard-angled shot, and it's now 5-3 with 2:10 left. That one unassisted, and Piros back on the bench again for the extra attacker. You can see how important this is. And the Bulldogs will call their one and only timeout. It's 5-3. 2 minutes exactly left on the clock in this contest. We're going to take a quick break. We come back, you'll see the conclusion. Your Spartans up 5-3 with 2 minutes left. Empty net for the Bulldogs. Empty net to my right. Ryan Piros on the bench. Extra attacker for the Bulldogs. Down 2, it's 5-3. Under 2 minutes left. Spartans, they'll just chip that, into the stands by Kirk. That faceoff will come back into the zone. They could have just kept that one in play and not ice it. That's a tough call right there. Good play there by Kirk. Puck still loose. Kirk again. Tripped out from underneath. And this one will squeeze out of the zone. Bulldogs will have to reset. Amsbaugh with a shorty and an even strength. He'll circle back, looking for the hat trick. Unfortunately, down by 2. They're going to need some magic. Here's Summers, a near point. Drops it down right behind the cage out front. And just like that, the Bulldogs score. 1:28 left. This is deja vu. We've seen this before. They rattled off 3 straight in 2:29, and now within 1. Piros will go back into the net for how long? We're not sure. Man, the Bulldogs just will not go away. That's why these two teams are where they are in the standings, 2 and 3. Let's see, Piros waiting. Can't get off the ice. Here comes Brockman. Brockman drops it down low and score! Piros backed into the goal. Are they going to call it a goal? They're looking at it again. But Piros started into blue paint, made the stop, but went back. And, oh, they're going to wave it off. How can you wave that off? That was underneath. Piros went into the net. My, oh, my. 1:17 left. Boy, these two juggernauts just not giving up. Mashing the gas is what they're doing. 60 seconds left. Here's Amsbaugh. Piros off for the extra attacker. Here are the Bulldogs. Try to go short side. That hit a post. And out of play. The ice, you can see it. A lot of snow on top of the ice. Really chippy. 53.9 seconds left. Draw won by the Bulldogs again. Extra attacker on the ice. That one's still loose. That one's right through the blue ice. 40 seconds. 5-4. Here's Santa Lucia. But just the paddle of the stick. Empty net. Shot. Oh, wide by Ackle. Brockman dropped at center ice. And do we got a penalty? Yeah, they're going to talk about it. Brockman looked like he was tripped up right at the Chicago Steel emblem center ice. No call. Extra attacker still on for the Bulldogs. 27.7 seconds left. 5-4 Spartans. Game 1 of 2. Whistle right after the faceoff. They're not going to allow any changes. .7 seconds. Spartans 5-3. Adam Phillips beside himself on the Adrian bench. I think he wants more time on the clock. I think that's what the issue is. If they're going to reset that puck drop, looks like they might put some more time on the clock. 25-7. Yep, they added 2 more seconds, 27.7. Fans on their feet. Game 2 of this series right back here tomorrow. And next weekend doesn't get any easier. St. Norbert in town. That one won. Anderson O'Donnell. Well, he made a stop, but I tell you, saw his head snap back. Swade took a swipe at it. Now down to 24.2. Face-offs even at 38 apiece. Spartans trying to get this one out of the zone some way, somehow. There it is. Empty net. Here comes Kirk. Kirk, score! Clark not happy as they get together in the far corner. And the Spartans up 5-3. Make it 6-4, excuse me. Well, we got a helmet. Who's going to the box? David Clark. He'll find his way. Sedlacek. Clark. He may be out next game, too, ripping that helmet off. We'll see what the call's going to be. They send him right to the showers. Well, we knew this was a tinderbox, and it didn't take much. Swade and Santa Lucia, the captains, talking to the officials. Michael Anderson and Dan Brown. Linesman Joseph Gazzardi and Connor Diffley. "6-4 Spartans." We knew this would be what, like JR said when he was with WWF, it's a slobber knocker. And business is about to pick up, and that's exactly what is going on here at the tail end of this first game. Game of 2 tomorrow at 4 o'clock. They will see Adrian a second time for a home and home. And then next weekend, St. Norbert in town, the number 4 team in the country. Well, we're still waiting for clarification. There's people all over the place. Couple in the box, one to the shower. 10 seconds left. And we have another whistle. And we're going to get some more participants. Looks like Hallard's going to go to the box, possibly. He's not happy with this call. Maybe Kirk. Well, this is going to set up for a real nasty physical game 2 of the series tomorrow. Puck drop, 4 o'clock. .3 seconds left. Spartans up 6-4. Well, they're going to put, now it's 14 seconds on the clock. Well, there's a huge difference right there from 8 to 14. 6-4. Piros back in the net. Final 14 seconds. Madison wants an answer. But right now, I don't think anybody's got an answer to what's going on. They should just drop this puck, final 14, and go home for the night before there's nobody left to play. Another Bulldog will find his way. Bellucci to the box for the final 14. What a spirited crowd here tonight. Number 3, 10 seconds away from taking down number 2 in the country. That poke checked away. And folks, that's going to do it. The Spartans will win the first matchup of the season with Adrian. 6-4. Number 3 takes down number 2 here tonight. Head over to athletics.aurora.edu for the wrap-up. But I can tell you, the tension, you can cut it with a knife here. It is thick between these two teams. And they will be back at it tomorrow, 4 o'clock puck drop. Spartans remain undefeated. 5-0-0, and they remain perfect in the NCHA, 3-0-0. Now historically, 4 wins to 24 losses. The big one right here tonight. Number 3 takes down number 2. We'll be back at it tomorrow. How about that, Spartan fans? Get a good night's rest. We're going to need it for tomorrow because that is going to be another classic. Thank you for joining us here in athletics.aurora.edu. Your Spartans, the number 3 ranked team in the country, they win 6-4 over the number 2 Adrian Bulldogs. Have a good night, everybody. Spartans win. Good night.